Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jolene and I'm the author of the Glory MC series as well as the Moonrise Beach series. I'm going to be doing my 2021 bullet journal setup with you guys today. So I asked on YouTube if you guys wanted to see a talk through process of this setup or if you guys prefer just some music and have a sped up version, but the majority of you guys said that you wanted a talk through, so that is what I'm going to be doing today. So this is going to be my bullet journal for 2021. It's going to be my goals bullet journal. So if you want to know a little bit more of my journaling system, I did do a video on that already and I will link that in the cards up here for you guys to check out. I do use another one of these bullet journal notebooks for my morning pages and I talk about that one a little bit more in that video. So if you guys are curious to see how I use these notebooks and what kind of journals I'm going to be using this year, then I will leave the link down below. But for now, we're going to be talking about my goals bullet journal. So here is the journal that I typically use. So this is the Leuchtturm 1917 and this is the hardcover version. So if you're unfamiliar with this brand, that is the brand right there. This is a very famous brand, especially for bullet journaling. I feel like the majority of people use this brand for bullet journaling. I think on YouTube now a lot more people have been switching over to Archer and Olive, but I think the people who are not necessarily YouTubers will definitely be using this. So this is in the powder pink color and I always get the dotted version. So they do have a lined version, a plain version, and a grid version, and all the pages here are numbered. So you do get 251 pages. You do have a little gusseted pocket here at the back, and then it comes with some archival stickers here. So I just keep that there in the back. I also like the fact that you do get 2 bookmarks here. So the 2 bookmarks that you get always kind of coordinate with the colors of the notebook. I always get the hardcover because I just really enjoy writing on something that's a little bit more stiffer. And then you also do get the elastic to keep it shut. So I just decorated simply with a sticker from Hello Paper Cat, and that one is just a Rilakkuma one. And then also on the inside, that sticker is from Hello Paper Cat as well. So this is what I'm going to be putting my bullet journal in. So this is an A5 notebook cover. It's a leather one from Kiki K. I got this a few years back when they did the Love Your Life or Love Life collection came out. So this is really nice because you do get a really big pocket here and then you get several pockets, which I have just put some stickers and die cuts and things like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to slide the bullet journal in here. And even though this is a hardcover, I really like to protect it. So I'm just going to loop it there like that and then slide this one in, and as you can see it fits perfectly in there. I know some people like to use the softcover Leuchtturms in here as well, and that's fine. You can definitely use that as well, but once again I do prefer the hardcover version. So I'm going to get started with the basic setup of this. Like I said, this is going to be my goals bullet journal, so I'm going to be setting some monthly goals for myself each month to help me with my overall goals for the year. And that is what I've been doing for the past several years, and this is my previous year's bullet journal. I have it in this Foxy Fix Perfect Fit cover. This is the Salt, and yeah, as you can see I've been using it for a very long time, since March 2019, and it's all filled up now, so I feel like I can finally move on to a new notebook. So I'm going to be setting it up in a very similar way, but I am going to be using different items to kind of decorate it with. So on the first page here, I do want to have some sort of like title page for 2021, and I did bring over some things that I think that I want to use. So I do have some things off of various memo pads that I thought I could use. So I have a few of those, and then I do have these things which are kind of like vellum stickers. Now they're very see-through, but I kind of like that because I like to kind of layer them and kind of collage them together to make like a mini vision board in the corner of each page. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. I just chose some that I think would kind of match. I am going for a kind of lighter theme with pastels with a touch of dark colors with these ones over here. So that is what I'm going to be using. The other thing that I want to use are these alpha stickers from Kikki.K. So these are actually torn off of a Paper Lovers book. So this one actually came from this. So this is one of the Kikki.K Paper Lovers book. It comes with a lot of different things that you can use to make paper crafts out of. And I do have quite a few of these books already. And they come with these alpha stickers. And what I've done is I've peeled them out of the book, and I'm going to be using them to kind of label out my sections. This is different than what I normally do because normally I would just hand letter it in. But because I have these alpha letters, I felt like I should use them instead of just hoarding them. So this one actually came from the Christmas book, and then this one is from this one. So if you guys are interested in a flip through of these Paper Lovers book, I do have that in my last Kikki.K haul video, so you guys can check that out. So I do have all these things in here, and as you can see that some of these letters are missing, and that is because I have actually gone ahead and kind of put down some of these stickers already. And the reason why I did that is because if I did it on camera, it would take a very long time, and I find that because these stickers are so thin and delicate, they do rip a little bit easily. So I just did that off camera because that is stuff that I would normally cut out anyways. I didn't want you guys to be sitting there watching me put down these alpha stickers because that would take a very long time. So what I'm going to do is explain what all this is after as I go through the pages, and that way you can get a sense of how I'm going to be using this journal. So let's start from the very beginning over here. So I'm just going to move my supplies off to the side here, and I'm going to see what I want to put on the front. So I do want some sort of title page. I like to keep this page a little minimal in the beginning because I like to add things as the year goes on. So I think I might want to use one of these. And let me grab my Jelly Roll pen. So this is my Delphonics pouch, and I do have one of these Sakura Jelly Roll pens that I want to write 2021 on here. I'm just going to write it very, very simply here. And then I'm going to write 365 days of magic, and magic is my word of the year, so that is why I'm going to be writing that. So I'm just going to stick that down, and I think I actually want to stick it down with some translucent dot stickers. So I do have these from ArieBea shop, and I have them in the Stormy colorway. And I thought that I would use a couple of these here in the beginning just to add a little bit of something simple. So I'm going to center it and just use one of these to kind of stick them down instead of using adhesive or glue. I'm literally just going to keep it like that for the front page. So on the second and third page here, what I've done is I've taken these printables from my shop. I do have a shop on Etsy called Jolene Printables, and in addition to ring bound inserts, I sell these full page stickers. So this is actually the B6 size, and what I've done is I've printed out the year at a glance for 2021 in the cute pink version, and I've stuck it on here. And instead of using the A5 Hobonichi, I have just kind of centered the B6 printable here, and that way I do have a nice little border, so if I want to decorate it, I can. So this is the cute font with the Monday start, and I also have it in the pink colorway. So I do have a gray version available as well as a classic font. So you guys can choose if you guys want it on a 1 page like this or 2 pages. So you would have the year split on 2 if you choose that option. On the second page here, I do have my important dates insert, and this is once again in the cute pink. So you guys can see that the font matches here, and then you do get the pink colorway. And this is the list version, so I also have a grid version option available. Now I'm going to explain why I chose the B6 version instead of the Hobonichi Cousin. So you know that the Hobonichi Cousin is an A5, but because the Leuchtturm has these rounded corners, it's a little bit too small. So that's why instead of cropping that one down, I just opted for the second size that I have in my shop, and that way I think it looks really clean and it has a nice border to it. So over on this page, what I'm going to be doing is writing down my important dates for 2021. So I have these new pens. Well, they're not new, but they are new to me. I just received them in the mail the other day. And these are the Sarasa Vintage collection. So I got 2 of them. And I really like the dark kind of muted colors of this set of pens. And I really love the Sarasa pens, as you know. So what I'm going to do actually is grab the gray one here, and I'm going to be writing down all my important events on this page, and that way I have them all handy and I can reference them and put down my dots over here. So I'm going to quickly do that and I will be right back. So now that I have my important dates for the year all written down, I think it looks really neat on the printables. I do have other printables available in my shop, so things like trackers. I have yearly trackers, monthly trackers, lots of different other calendars. And you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order if you guys are interested in these printables. But now let's move on to the next page. So this page I usually use as a kind of title page for the month. I always have like some sort of calendar over here, and it kind of acts as like my mood board for the month. And then here I usually will write my goals. So let's see, I do have these couple of memo pages which I think are really pretty, and I think I might want to use them here on the side. I just have to figure out how I want to kind of arrange them. This one is a really pretty sunset, and then this one is actually a checklist. So I can either put my goals or to-dos on this side or on this side. Usually I like to keep it on this side though, so I might keep that up just for consistency. So I'm going to grab some of these stickers here and let's see what will kind of match. I do have some that are florals, some that have some people in it, some moons. So there's a lot to choose from here, and I think they all look very pretty and aesthetic. So let's see, which one do I want to use? I do like this one, so I might leave that here in the corner. I do have this cloud, which I think matches nicely with that. And then this one is a flower, and then this one is a picture of a girl. So maybe I just have to figure out how I want to arrange it. Maybe something like that. So I am thinking that I like how this looks right now. So what I'm going to do is use some adhesive tape or glue just to adhere this down. So let me do that right now. So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of adding these translucent dots and just kind of adding them there. And then I'm going to use the sticker. All I have to do is just peel it off. So if you are interested in these type of aesthetic looking stickers, I will leave a link to where I get mine down below. and I'm not too concerned about it being completely straight. I kind of like it looking a little bit crooked and kind of organic. That is kind of my style when it comes to bullet journaling. I think if I were in rings and doing a memory style, then I would want everything to be perfect, but not for this type of planning. Okay, so on this area here, on this checklist, I'm actually going to be putting my monthly calendar for January. So I am actually just going to write January here, really simply. And then I'm going to do a Monday start calendar. So I'm just going to draw it out. So that is what my calendar is going to look like. I think I'm going to add this sticker down here at the bottom. Just like that. So usually on this page I will write down my important dates, my goals for the month, and also I would pick a word for the month to kind of focus on. So that is what I'm going to be setting up here. So firstly, I want to put down some washi. So all of this washi is from the Pink Room Co. and it's from one collection, and that is the washi that I'm going to be using to kind of match with this. It does have some of the kind of bluey gray colors, as well as the rose gold, which I'm kind of bringing in with this kind of color here. So I am going to be bringing in some darker colors as well. So I feel like this one is a really nice match. All I'm going to do is tear it off, and I'm going to keep it looking quite organic and a little bit raw looking, because that's how I like it in my bullet journal. So we're just going to be layering this washi a little bit like this. I'm not being very careful with it because I like it looking a little messy in my bullet journal. So just like that, and then I'm going to be writing important dates on one side. And then this side here, I'm going to be writing out my goals for the month. Like that. And then at the very bottom here, I am going to be writing word of the month. And because this is January, my word of the month right now is magic. So this is what my title page is looking like so far. Very simple and clean, and I really like how that is looking. Okay, so now let's move on to this. So as you can see, I have already put down some of my sections down, and I just put a little bit of this washi again, and then I used the alpha stickers from Kiki K to kind of spell out my different section. So currently is basically anything that is happening this month that I am wanting to remember in the future. Faves is exactly what it sounds like. It's my favorites for the month. On the next page, I have this whole page dedicated to the books that I read. So if you don't know, I am a author, and I also write for Fresh Fiction as well as a reviewer. So the books that I read and review are all going to be listed down here. On this next page here, I decided to section it off for my playlist. So this is the music that I am really into this particular month. And then this is a new edition. I'm going to be writing down the anime that I've been watching each month. Last year I didn't do this, but because of the lockdown and the whole pandemic situation, I find that I've been spending more time at home, and during that time I've been watching a lot of anime. So I want to dedicate a whole section for the anime shows that I'm watching now. So that's why I have added that in. Last year I didn't have that. And then here is probably the most important page for me. So I have a reflection section, so I usually keep a page and a half for that. And then this one is my celebrate section. So normally I would write here celebrate what went well, but because these letters are a little bit big, I just wrote celebrate instead. So usually at the very end of the month, the last week of the month, I would fill out this reflection section. So I will break up this section and talk about my eating, exercise, sleep, mood, and finance. So those are the 5 main areas of my life that I like to reflect on at the end of the month, and I will take as much space that I need. So this is the space that I give myself to do my reflection. So sometimes eating can be only a few words, maybe exercise I will write a whole paragraph on. It just kind of depends per month, but those are the 5 categories that I like to journal about at the end of the month, just so that I can keep tabs on, am I eating well? Am I exercising enough? How's my sleep going? How has my mood been fluctuating? And how I'm doing with my finances. So those are just things that I like to touch base on every single month, because those do relate to my overall goals. In the celebrate section, I like to keep this because this is the section where I basically write down like my wins for the month. These can be big wins, these can be small wins. It can be anything that I think went well this month that I'm happy about. Because maybe sometimes you think like, oh, where did this month go by? January went by so fast and I didn't accomplish anything. Well, I can look down here and see like, actually, no, you did this month. And it's just a nice, gentle reminder of the things that maybe you may have overlooked, or maybe you need to be a little bit more grateful for. So I love this section, and this is definitely the page that I cannot live without. But we're going to backtrack a little bit. I'm going to go back to this page over here. So before all my categories, I like to break down my goals even more. So I have my goals usually here, and those can typically be work oriented, but I will kind of break it down even more in the other aspects of my life. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. And once again, I am just going to grab a little bit of washi, and I'm going to just put it at the very top here just to kind of decorate it a little bit. But because I am going to be writing a lot on this page, I am not going to be decorating it fully. I just want a little bit of something to tie in this page with the rest of the spread. So I'm going to write out the different sections that I normally set goals for myself on every single month. The first one is always personal growth. So for me, personal growth can be anything from learning a new language, trying to master hand lettering. It can just be things like focusing on slow living, just things like that. Anything that I want to kind of better myself in. So sometimes it can be sleep, just making sure that I focus on getting a good night's sleep, getting those 8 hours every night. I kind of struggle with that right now. So that is something that I want to focus on. Sometimes it's about growth. So like I said, learning a new language, learning a new skill, anything like that. So I'm just going to leave space for me to fill it out. So my next goal is always health. And for me, like, once again, this is always like daily meditation. It could be doing yoga 3 times a week. It could be eating healthy or eating less sometimes. Just things like that. Little goals that I want to do every single day for myself that will benefit my health. So my next category is Boss Babe, and the reason why I call this Boss Babe is because I do have different businesses. So my first one is obviously my books. I'm a romance author. My second one is my Etsy shop. So I do have a printable shop called Jolene Printables where I sell ring-bound inserts and also Hobonichi full-page stickers. So I'll usually keep a list of my projects there. So things like what book am I writing, what new releases I want to have in my shop, any sales or promotions or events that are happening that are related to any of these businesses. So I leave that all down there. I also am an assistant to other romance authors, and so I have a lot of that information listed down here as well. The next one is finance. So for me, this is usually things like no spend, for the month, or maybe it's a low spend. Maybe there's also something that is coming up in this particular month or in the next month that I need to be saving for, so any sinking funds that I need to know about, that will go in here. And then my two smaller categories are home. So this is usually any cleaning. So if I need to declutter something, if I need to reorganize my closet or my bookshelves, things like that. And then the last one is family. So usually I will have something listed about my dog or any family events. So these are my major goal categories that I set for myself, and each month I will fill this out differently. But all my sections will always be the same. So same with these sections, these will always be the same. So as you can see with my goals journal, I definitely keep things to a minimum. I do like to have a little bit of these stickers in here, but I don't go overboard. I feel like a lot of this is going to be filled up with writing. I do write quite a lot in these journals, so I am going to keep it pretty bare, but for now I do want to add a few stickers here and there just to add some more interest to the spread. So over here on the books page, I think I want to add some of these stickers here. Let's see which one will look good. Maybe this one here. I love these stickers because they are slightly transparent, and I just really like that kind of aesthetic. I think it looks really pretty. I really like this one, so I definitely want to use this, but I'm trying to decide if I want to use it on this page or maybe if I want to layer it over here. Let's do that actually. I definitely want it on my front page. The only thing is I have less space for my goals, but I think we'll be okay. There. So I like how that looks kind of layered on top of each other. I'm trying to decide if I want to add this one here or this one. This one's quite cute as well. Let's go with this pinky one to bring in the pinks in the font. Okay, there we go. So that is usually how I set up my bullet journal for the month. I like to keep things very simple and usually use pen in here. But I'm just going to go back to this page and add a little bit of washi to the top and bottom. Just to add a little bit more interest here. And then I really love this one as well. So you guys can definitely use this kind of same style in a B6 Stylogy or in any other type of bullet journal. It's very simple and I really like it. I love putting my goals all together in a notebook. I think it just keeps things very nice and organized, and also when you are setting up for the next month over here, you can always look back on your previous months and see how your growth is, how your progress is, and kind of use these as a prompt to kind of further yourself going into the next month. So that is my bullet journal setup for 2021, and this is how I'm going to be setting up January here. Very simple, but I think it's very aesthetically pleasing as well. I won't be filling out my goals just because I feel like that's a little bit more personal, but maybe I will share this filled out on my Instagrams. So you guys can check out my Instagram, Anna Jolene Author. I will leave the link down below if you guys are interested as well. So that is my bullet journal setup for 2021 so far. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different, and as you can see, my style is very simple, but I do like some decorative elements as well, but I hope this kind of answered your questions about how I like to bullet journal and how I use my goals journal. If you guys have any other questions, please leave them down in the comments below and I will get back to you. And also, if you guys are interested in these printables, you guys can check out my shop, Jolene Printables, on Etsy. You guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. And once again, my shop is Jolene Printables on Etsy. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and also subscribe to my channel for more videos from me. Thanks so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye!